I think you might have a million people in 2020. I legitimately think you're going to have a million people in downtown Detroit.
It is.
Oh,
Hey, Charles, just as
hey, what kind of kid is Malik Willis? Do you know him?
Yes, he's a terrific kid. I'll give you a quick one on him.
This is a really exciting day in the city of Detroit and for football fans in the state of Michigan. The Detroit Lions draft party event. It was announced late last month that the NFL draft in 2024 is coming to our city. Everybody is really excited about it, and they're having a kickoff party downtown today at 4:30. Charles Davis, CBS NFL analyst and the NFL Network, is the MC of that event and joins us now. Charles, how are you, sir? Thanks so much for the time.
I'm doing well. I appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for letting me come to your great city. I think, obviously everyone's excited about, what we're doing, today and tonight in terms of the formal announcement. But how cool is it? Detroit hosting the draft in 2024. And this draft, I don't know how many times it's been said by someone of authority, someone who was high up in the league, people around the game, where you just didn't believe that the draft would ever become anything close to what it's become, right? We go back to Pete Rozelle as the commissioner, and it was pitched to him, hey, we'd like to televise the draft. And he's like, what? And I think the immortal phrase was, well, do what you want, but who's going to watch that? Now look at where we are.
No doubt.
Think about when they made the move, right? Remember when the league said, hey, we're going to leave New York City and we're going to start to move this thing around? And people were like, okay, that sounds great, but you're in Radio City Music Hall. What's that? 2,000, 3,000 people, maybe? What do you? Who's gonna? Is that 600,000 people on Broadway in Nashville?
Charles,
So
I
this
think
is
you
what
might
this
have.
league does.
I
This
think
is
you
what
might
it
have a
brings.
million people in 2024. I legitimately think you're going to have a million people
It's
in
our
downtown
Super Bowl.
Detroit.
It is.
And and it's easy to feel like a hype guy when we're doing this, right? Like amongst ourselves when you're talking about these events and it's a cool thing and it's your city and it's your community and you say words like that. I think there could be a million people. But this is legit. Like, this is not anything you have to go out and there's no hyperbole involved. They've got 2 years to plan, 2 years for people to get behind this thing. And let's be honest, cities compete with each other. People see what the high water marks are, and they're like, you know something? We can do better than that. And Detroit, it'll be their turn in 2024, and I have no doubt they're going to do a fantastic job.
Talking to Charles Davis, CBS NFL analyst, NFL Network as well, the MC for the party downtown today. It is the Detroit Lions draft party. Charles, what would you? I keep saying that the NFL draft, to me anyway, is the second biggest event behind only a Super Bowl that a city can get, because it is for the fans. It is purely for the fans. So much, the Final Four and World Series, everything seems so corporate now. This is an event for the fans. Where would you rank the NFL draft as a big event that could come to any particular city?
It is right there with everything that you expressed. I do think that the draft itself, because it's contained, and are there winners and losers? Right, that's determined by all of us with our own opinions, and each of us will have a different opinion, right? Other than the teams themselves, that at the end of the draft, they all say, we got exactly who we wanted in the draft, right? Every team says that, but we also know that the draft gets graded truly by how people play down the road. The Final Four, the other things, there's a winner, there's a loser. All of that kind of comes into play, but on the NFL calendar, I don't know what your guys' experience is. I don't go anywhere without someone saying, man, I'm enjoying this season. Can't wait for the draft. that comes up all the time.
We start saying that in October here, Charles.
Live football? What about live football? They're like, draft. We got to get to the draft, because in the draft we all have an opinion that we can express.
And there's hope.
Charles, we start talking about the draft in October every year as Lions fans.
It's funny you joke about that. You're not alone in terms of that prospect and all. And no, what's really funny is teams that be good, but have somehow compiled a heck of a number of picks in the draft. Their fans feel like double. They're like, hey, we got a good team, And by the way, wait till you see how we load up on the draft. We got 12 picks. The draft never goes away.
We're talking to Charles Davis from CBS and the NFL Network right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Charles, you're going to be addressing a large crowd today, and I don't know if you know the proper introduction in Detroit, but if you get on that mic and you say, "What up, Doe?" the place will go absolutely insane. So I need to hear that out of you.
What up, Doe?
There it is. You nailed it, man. You get on the mic and you say that downtown today at Campus Martius, you will be indoctrinated as a Detroit brother for the rest of your life. I'm telling you that right now.
You guys do remember that my former partner and my brother for life is Gus Johnson.
Gus, we love Gus here. UD, proud UD grad.
Don't think for a second Gus didn't try and introduce me to everything that goes about the D. Okay? So
salute to Gus. But
I was introduced to that a while ago.
The question I wanted to ask you is, you've been a part of a lot of these NFL draft parties and stuff like that. What is one thing that you would like to see Detroit do that nobody else has done?
Wow.
We talked about like taking all, opening up the Henry Ford Museum and like all the draft picks, driving down Woodward in an old classic car or something like that. Something that embodies the city.
Listen, that would be phenomenal. You remember the league was born essentially in an automotive showroom, right? People sitting on the runners of a Hupmobile. So there are those routes that go with it. My thing is, no city needs any advice from me. The biggest thing is accentuate who you are with your city, right? Play to that. Play to your strength, play to your base, play to your model. And by the way, that elevates you and distinguishes you because each city has a different thing that goes about it. Right? And that's just how it works. Look, we're going to be in Las Vegas in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think we're going to see there?
Everything.
At some point, the ghost of Evil Knievel may jump down to Bellagio. I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen, right? But accentuate your city, play to that strength because that's what distinguishes you. And what you were just talking about is an inspired idea. And how cool would that be to see each pick get ridden up to the stage in an old time Ford?
I dig it. Hey, as long as the Lions draft pick this year doesn't jump in the Bellagio fountain, I'm going to be happy. And speaking of that, Charles, I have not seen your mock draft, so we're going to put you on the spot. Who are our Detroit Lions taking with the number 2 pick? We all want, us 3 guys here want Malik Willis. Our listeners do not want Malik Willis. Help us out here.
Yeah, I have heard that. My first mock draft came out about 2 weeks ago, and I had Trayvon Walker going number 1 to Jacksonville and Aidan Hutchinson to Detroit. So your listeners will like me.
Yes.
You guys will not like me. Now, in my first mock draft, I don't know how you'll feel about it because Malik Willis went 6 to Carolina in my first one.
Yeah.
My second one will be out, I believe, on Monday. So I've got to do some work over the weekend.
Okay.
But in my first mock draft at 32, I had you selected Matt Corral, the quarterback out of Ole Miss. And I was informed by a number of people that was a bad idea. So I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Hey, Desmond Ritter's name has been floated out there,
that's
too.
what I did on the first one.
Yep.
Let's see what we do with the second one.
Oh, man.
Hey, Charles, just as
hey, what kind of kid is Malik Willis? Do you know him?
Yes, he's a terrific kid. I'll give you a quick one on him. Hadn't had a chance to meet him until we got to the Senior Bowl. Remember, he's an Auburn kid who transferred and went to Liberty, et cetera, got to watch him play, enjoyed him, what have you. At the Senior Bowl, just by chance, elevator, I hop on with a very nice man. He looks at me and goes, "Hey, you're on TV. I see you on TV. You do the NFL Network. I'm Henry Willis, Malik Willis's father."
Get out of here.
And we talked and rode for a number of floors. I see where the effervescence, where the joy, where the spirit comes from. What a terrific man.
Hey, Charles, if you wouldn't mind, if you could put out that mock draft on Monday before 2 o'clock, because that's when we go on the air.
We're gonna
Gives
go
us a
with
new
it.
lead story.
My guess is that it will be out before then.
Good.
That's my hope because my editor, the guy who's been editing, has been screaming at me. When are you going to get it to me?
Charles, just mock Malik to us at 2, please.
Listen, if I mock Malik at 2 to you guys, all right, when I come back, if I'm still employed in 2024, When I come back, you got me, right?
We got you.
Always,
We got you.
Even if you don't do it.
We got you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Hey, Charles, thanks
Hold
so
on a
much
second.
for the
Hold on a second.
time.
That's my editor on the other line.
Yeah. Have so much fun today. The city of Detroit loves you, man, and we love you here.
Hey, shout out Woodward Sports if you can.
Listen to this guy.
Listen, I think I'm going to have to get out a couple of shout-outs. And by the way, after our conversation, I'm going to pull a draft day. And I just pulled out my little Post-it note. You know what I just wrote down?
Malik Willis, no matter what.
Malik Willis, no matter what.
Yes!
Yes! Yes!
You the man, Charles.
Charles Davis, NFL
You guys
Network,
take care. Appreciate your time.
We appreciate
CBS
you.
Sports. That's awesome. We love it.